It is a permission slip for you to go back and ask a question again. So it gives the whole community, the whole team working on the project, that word, that vernacular, to then use it in that scenario. Or do-over is a great one. If your team knows the word do-over, then if they're a raging biatch in a moment, or someone's a total, whack-a-mole, they can say, can I have a do-over? And now those pieces are integrated into your culture, which is now people are utilizing the words, and it's uniting people, and they have like a method to it, the madness.
What is the number of do-overs that can be done in a day? Just here.
For you, be unlimited.
What is the limit of what you can do? 6 or 7?
The limit does not exist.
Yeah. What's the statute of limitations? Do you want to take that shit back from last night?
Yeah.
Too funny. But I think it's awesome. There's a saying that I think Johnny likes to say a lot. It's like the quality of your communication is the quality of your life.
Yeah.
So you look at like the most amazing friends that I have and the people that I respect the most. They're just amazing communicators. We all get conflated with the idea that what you say is communication. It's not. Mm-hmm. It's what people understand you saying. So people are so like steadfast. Like, I told her this, and me being like very highly emotional. Like, I'm the person, like, Erica's logical in my office, and I'm really emotional. And she'll say, like, they said 2 + 2 = 4. I'm like, that's not what they meant.
Yeah.
They're having a crisis.
Yeah.
And she's like, how the fuck do you see all that? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And it's just, I think we have to own. We have to take the responsibility to own what the person feels when you communicate. Mm-hmm. So no matter what you say, if they don't hear you or feel what you mean, you have to own that. You have to correct that.
Yeah.
So I think it's vernacular, but it's also just the responsibility of the communicator to make sure they're hearing and feeling what you mean.
And I think that responsibility word is such a good one to just kind of like etch in right now for all of us, because it's responsibility for everything. It's knowing that we're all responsible for our own communication. We're all responsible for our own lives. Like, no one's going to leave this summit and come knock on your door and be like, are you implementing everything you learned in the manual? And I think I've seen a gajillion events and, millions of people that have done some type of development work like you are doing. And sometimes, you guys finish my sentence, people are like, oh, it was great, but it didn't work. And I always go back and I'm like, who didn't work? Because I think as a leader, the best and greatest question you could ask yourself is, how can this work for me? And so any scenario that you are in, any training, any moment, any environment can be advantageous for you if you're searching for how it can work for you and if you're implementing. So that radical responsibility leading the conference today will be so great for all of us, myself included. I learned so much here the last 2 days, and just taking responsibility to implement it. And then also taking responsibility to set your runway up for what's next. You have immersive experience for 2 days and then you go back to life. I think it's so easy for us to fall back into the pattern